One of the times when I went for a vacation to Madras, you know how it was, old family values. Every people who pray together, stay together, eat together, that kind of thing. It was necessary, and I think the family bonding was so strong. It was necessary for us to go on a vacation. Though my appa amma couldn't afford fancy places, but my mother came from Madras, so once, at least in 2 or 3 years, we'd all go as a family to Chennai, to Madras, and. I still remember the Marina Beach and what it meant to me, and the lovely hot sundal that we used to get. Sundal is like a dry gugni,
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the times when I went like that, my aunt and uncle took us all out for a little treat, like we went to the pub yesterday.
Okay.
And there was a band playing, and my aunt just said, "Why don't you get up and sing? Really like this."
Okay.
And I got up and sang, and the first song I sang there was, of course, Fever. Never know how much I love you.
That was your first
First song.
public song.
First public song. I had a very different kind of music teacher. Her name was Miss Davidson. And Kono Deen, she wouldn't allow me to join any of the choir. Can you believe it? She actually threw me out of the choir because
Really?
she couldn't fit my voice. You
Oh,
see,
okay.
in either the altos
Alto
or
or soprano.
the soprano.
I was always the treble.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I'm a contralto actually, but then she would never, so she would always tell me, Sami, out. I was Nee Sami, I was Usha Sami before.
You
Don't
had
remember
good-
that?
you
I
had good teachers in your
wonderful
life.
teachers. I had wonderful teachers. There was a Father Proksh who used to teach us Hindi songs, okay? I mean, I think he was German, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, uni ese, mane, the
See it,
way...
character. Can I have?
You can go ahead, no problem. He used to teach us a song and, songs in Hindi. And there was a song called Titli Rani Badi Re Sayani, Titli Rani Badi Re Sayani, Rang Rangili Badi Albeli, Neeli Peeli Lal Sunehri. I mean, it's amazing. আজকে যখন আমি নতুন গান করছি তখন I need lyrics. কিন্তু কত বছর হয়ে গেছে বলো তো? I think it must be at least 40 years since I sang that song. And to be here in Darjeeling with you, Anjan, to be able to sing that song again, I mean, he must have really made an impression, isn't it?
My first song that I learned was 100 miles, 500 miles. That is,
Really?
yeah, in here,
Oh.
there was a piano teacher, actually a music teacher, and he used to make us sing this once every class, music class, everybody had to sing.
500 miles. How
500
lovely.
miles, yeah.
If you miss the train I'm on, then you know that I have gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. What a song, huh? What a brilliant song.
I miss him. I actually,
What was his name?
well, I think he was Mr. Hall. I think so.
Yes.
I don't remember the name, but in my song, I made a song on him.
Yes, I
and I've
remember
called him
listening
Mr.
to that.
Hall. But I think he was Mr. Hall. আমার ডরমেটরি ছিল এটা, অনেকগুলো বছর আমি এখানে ছিলাম। এইখানে এরকম একটা জায়গায় বিছানাটা ছিল, I don't distinctly remember. এখানে এলে একটা জিনিস মনে হয় যে কিরকম সময় কিরকম থেমে গেছে, মানে একই রকম গন্ধ, রং, সবই কিরকম একই থেকে গেছে। It hasn't changed at all. And উষাদির কথায়, again I will go back to that. Somehow আমার মনে হয় একটা মানুষ যেভাবে বড় হয়ে ওঠে, ওই সময়টা আমার মনে হয় একটা মানুষকে নির্ধারিত করে দেয় সে কি হবে পরে।
We come from a country with so much of diversity. Every so many miles, the cooking medium changes, the language changes, the dressing changes, the skin color changes. Then how are you going to keep it all intact unless you have that kind of foresight to know that yes, our children or youth should not be confused? Because it's bad enough with so much of diversity to get them into some kind of united way of thinking. I think it's important.
So you have to hold on to certain
something. It's very important.
Values,
correct,
tradition, whatever.
Correct, and that is why I think as a country we're so fabulous. I mean, you go abroad anywhere, you find that the Indians are more Indian than the Indians now here. Because over here we've moved on, but they're living in a kind of a time warp,
Because one last question which I would like to, I mean, we are still harping on the issue. I don't know whether I'm going to keep this. এটা রাখবো কিনা জানি না। এটা আজকের দিনে তো রিলেশনশিপগুলো চট করে খুব তাড়াতাড়ি ভেঙে যাচ্ছে। মানে আমার দাদু বা ঠাকুমা বাবা মাকে যেরকম ভাবে এখন তো অনেক রিলেশনশিপ ইজ মাছ একটু অল্প সময়ের হয়ে যায়, শর্ট লিভড হচ্ছে।
I think in any relationship, even yours and mine, I think it needs a constant working.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't believe that you can sit back and say, oh, Anjan is my friend, or so and so is my friend, or this one is my husband. Okay, no, I don't think. I work at every relationship. Like if I'm talking to you, or I'm talking to your son, I'm talking to the musicians, it's necessary to keep it going. And there has to be.
সৌসাদিকে বললেই চলে আসবে, or হ্যাঁ আমি একটা শো করছি সৌসাদি বিনা পয়সায় গেয়ে দেবে। That is not the way, as you're saying.
You have to work at it. And when there is mutual respect and mutual honesty, I think there is more chance of a relationship surviving.
Why I asked you this, because you shared a life, মানে একটা সময় জীবনে তুমি প্রচুর মেয়ে মানে পুরুষদের সঙ্গে কাটিয়েছো। As a musician, your musicians were all male. Your manager was a male. Everything,
yeah.
So what was the relationship with them? Was it friend or was it a brotherly relationship?
I mean, all my shows, there's been Baby, there's been Benu, there's Tony Menezes, there's Cyrus Tata, there's Eugene, and of course there's Emil who's been with me for 34 years now. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody, Topon, Amal Das, Anjan Das, everybody's a man, and all of them, we used to travel in the bus everywhere, and all of them, they didn't care how they looked when they slept or how much they snored. Lungi, ekhane, okhane, mane. They'd just be happy after the show, get into the bus, and you know, I was the one who was
probably because they
so when you
say, part of the family.
No, so then when you say what is your relationship, I would like to know from men. এটা সত্যি আমার একটা passion আছে. I want to know from close people. Like I would like to say, who am I to you? I need a label. I'm a person who needs a label, Anjan. Because if you want me to be your lover, then I'll be a lover. Then I know how to behave. You want me to be your wife? I'll be your wife. You want me to be your taxi driver? I give you a lift every day. You want me to be your cook? I'll cook for you every day. But don't just say something so, oh, you're everything. What do you mean, oh, you're everything to me? It's important to me to know what I am to you. It's very important. Am I a singer? You're a musician to me? Then behave like that. But you see, for men, sometimes I must be mother. Sometimes I must be sister. Sometimes I must be wife. Sometimes. So with my musicians, it's been like that. Almost always I've had to be mother or sister or the person who foots the bill. Whatever that person is, okay? And that has given me a certain amount of excitement. It's given me a certain amount of, what should I say, mellowing, and also a certain amount of security.
I mean, you've got so much. You've got fame, you've got money, you've got whatever, you've got recognition.
There are so many.
এখন তুমি অভিনয় করছো, film অভিনয় করছো. Did you ever think? Did you ever want to be an actress?
Yes. Somewhere in my mind, you're the only person who gave me that opportunity.
You really wanted to be, you wanted to act.
Yes, because and yes, I say yes very strongly, because you know, you take any song, okay? You give me any song to sing, and I live every word of that song. I think you have to just be the lines that either the director wants or whoever's written it.
Be that character.
That's it. And for me, that is important. And so it was very natural for me to want to act, isn't it? Because I'm being the song all the time. I'm being the lyrics all the time.
But you never told your people, you've been in Bombay, you never told directors that...
No, somehow no, it never...
তুমি করেছো, as Usha Uthup, you
yes,
appeared.
only appeared with Amitabh Bachchan and then Shashi Kapoor
and all that. But তুমি এত actors চেনো, এত directors...
Kamal
Hassan. But তুমি কখনোই বলনি যে আমি অভিনয় করব?
No, but many people have said that, you know, why don't you do this? And you were the first one to really give me a little bit more than what I really, or people have given me before in terms of acting.
No, that is because I don't know. I always wanted to cast you in work because I felt you are a very good performer. Performer on stage, very good.
That's
very
what,
good. You know, you're not singing. I mean, we were just talking about learning from each other. I think it might sound that আমি খালি উষাদি ভালো কথা বলছি, উষাদি আমার ভালো কথা বলছে. Seriously, কয়েকটা শেখা আমার as a musician, I'm not a musician. I'm not a singer. I never thought of holding a guitar and sing. In fact, I just tell stories.
Yeah,
with a guitar.
you're a balladeer.
আমি কখনো ভাবিনি মিউজিক করব. কিন্তু আমার এটা I needed money. এবং এটা করতে গিয়ে I got some money. And I said that why won't I do this if I'm
exactly
as a
if you're
professional?
doing correctly.
একটা বাজে সিনেমা কেন করব if I'm going to, so I started doing that. And তোমার shows দেখে আমার যেটা মনে হয়েছে, the way you guide, control, cajole, hit the audience, yes, and
the musicians. Funnily enough, even Potan Vava, which is the name of the film I'm doing in Malayalam, this person called Lal, he is the producer, but he's also a brilliant actor and director.
Okay.
Now he offered me this role, and I couldn't even believe it when I went to Cochin. He came and approached me. And উনি বলেছেন, দেখো আমি কতবার দেখেছি স্টেজে, exactly like what you said, that he felt that I was a very, very powerful performer. Definitely, I would say to everybody what everybody says, and everybody knows that Darjeeling is beautiful, okay? The mist, the green, the tea, everything is lovely. But above all, I think it's about time that we really started thinking about it in a different way. As far as I'm concerned, it's a home away from home.
উষাদি চলে গেল বাগডোগরা থেকে প্লেন ধরবে।
Bye, Unit.
আমরা একটু পরে বেরোবো, কারণ আমাদের রাত্রিরের ট্রেন জলপাইগুড়ি থেকে, যেরকম প্রতিবারে হয়। তো দার্জিলিং এলেই যেটা হয়, আমার একবার স্কুলে ফিরে যেতে খুব ইচ্ছে করে। স্কুলে তো আমি এখন স্কুলেরই কোথাও একটা বসে আছি, স্কুলের থেকে আরেকটু ওপরে একটা এটা জলের ট্যাঙ্ক, এবং আমার উল্টো দিকে স্কুলে আমার স্কুলের কিছু মাস্টার মশাইরা থাকেন। আচ্ছা উষাদি, supposing you would not have been what you are, what would you have wanted to be? I mean, given another life, given another chance, would you want to be the same Usha that you are, or please let me.
I'm not quite sure actually. This other side.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not quite sure what I'd like to be. But I think somewhere down the line in my mind, I've always felt that I could be a teacher.
Teacher?
Yeah. I've loved being a teacher, and even now I...
teacher meaning really teaching in a school?
Yeah, really teaching in a
What
school.
school?
Especially for children.
Okay.
Kids, okay? Because I find that my audiences through my life have really cut across ages, all kinds of barriers. And I find that the grown-ups, I mean the elderly people who've been following me for so many years, follow me just the same way as the youngsters do. But the kids today spark off a kind of an energy that is so, what do you say, infectious. It's so beautiful, the energy that they give me. And I've found that, especially, আপনি জানেন কি না আমি জানি না, I'm a grandmother, okay?
আপনি please do call me তুমি.
তুমি আমি ভদ্র জানো. I was born and brought up in Bombay. Okay. So somehow in Hindi when you speak, you never say tum. It's always aap. So
you
I've grown up
tum?
Never.
Not even to your band people? You
Never.
Say
Oh,
tum?
never.
Aap.
Sure, aap.
Okay.
So everybody says
Yeah.
the same thing. Okay. So now we know where we stand.
No, but
If I teach them a song,
okay,
or if I supposing I
so
sang a
music
song.
teacher basically you're saying?
No,
Anything?
all teach. I mean teach
But do you think a teacher is a performer?
to a large extent. To a large extent, because if you don't make your class interesting, and if you don't make whatever subject you're teaching interesting, it'll never get across.
You
Don't
had
you remember
good-
that?
you
I
had
had
good teachers in your
wonderful
life.
teachers. I had a very different kind of music teacher. Her name was Miss Davidson. And, she always knew that I had some music in me. So I was always stuck with playing the clappers or the triangle. You remember that ting, ting, little thing. But later on in life, I got an opportunity to sing for her at the Ashoka Hotel. She was there for some conference, and she came in to listen to my show. And she cried, and I cried, and I sang to Sir with Love.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was such a touching moment, you
You
know.
still remember that song?
Oh, those schoolgirl days of biting nails and telling tales. What a song! I mean, it was my big hit in those days at Trinkas especially. In fact, wherever I went to Sir with Love. It was also on my first album, which I recorded for EMI.